No? Hello.
Samuel?
Ruben, congratulations on the win. Are you particularly pleased with how the players reacted in the second half, given how the first half ended?
Yes, I think once again, after we score a goal, we were a little bit sloppy on the ball, and that gave a little bit hope to the opponent. But we create a lot of chances in the first half also. We should have finished that half in a different way. And then in the half time, they understood that we have everything to win the game, to win 3 points. And they did that. I think the pace, the quality that we show in the second half, understanding that the moment of Wolves is really hard as a team, as a club. So we took advantage of that.
And just on the front three, I think that's the fifth time they've started together. They've looked pretty good in all those 5 games. Are you encouraged how well they've adapted? Because the system, normally you'd have an out-and-out striker in it.
Yeah, I think especially with system v system, if you take some of the reference, and Cunha can help us to do that, we need to avoid the crosses, that we have more space to corner runs, all this type of play, and the quality that they have when they have a little bit space. I think they did really well.
Performances together.
First of all, I think we are in the league that is really hard to win every week, and you can sense that by watching the table. Then this is a specific case. We face a team that is really struggling, and you can sense in every situation of the game. So the next game is going to be completely different. So we need to know that. But in our club, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the run that you have, the moment if you played quite well the last game. What matters is the way we are going to play the next one. So let's focus on that. We need to improve the way we play. I think we need to find a different way to play sometimes. So we are thinking about that. We are working on that. And Bournemouth is going to be a different world.
Have you been given any concrete decision about Bryan and Mbeumo, Ahmad and Nusa over Africa?
Well, the club is talking with the national teams. Let's wait for the middle of the week. I don't know for sure, but we are doing our job, and the national teams are talking with us, and that is a good sign. Let's see.
Stephen?
Hi, Ruben. You've said before about how much you appreciate Mason Mount. Do you really feel he's starting to deliver consistently strong performances now in United?
I think also the way we play is, if you compare the past that he had in with Chelsea, is the same, and then he has a great quality. He can defend, he can attack. Is really the quality that when he touches the ball is really good. So it's not a surprise for me, but of course we need to take care of him. Sometimes you need to protect them in training and in games, but when you build it, that is going to happen the same thing with Luke Shaw. So he's going to build that, and he's going to be really important for our club.
Do you see him as a leader in the dressing room?
Yeah, it's a different type of leader. It's not like Licha, for example. It's a guy that leads by the example. It doesn't matter the situation. Mason Mount is always the same thing: training, talking, dealing with people around Carrington. And that is not easy. So he's a very good player.
Sorry, Aaron. When you touched on Mason there, is that why he's not been in the team all the time, not starting all the games, but sometimes having to protect him?
No, sometimes it's the tactical issue when you play a striker, and sometimes Cunha is going to that position, but sometimes it's also we need to protect Mason Mount. We need to build the same thing that we did with Luke last year. We are doing with Mace, taking care of him.
Just on the half time, I think Mason mentioned that there was some heated words, shall we say, and you said that the team realised that they had everything to beat Wolves. What was that like at half time?
No, it's simple. I think if you need to be really distracted when you look at Everton, 3 points that we could have, or 2 points against West Ham. Look at the table, look at the environment, look at everything. So if you have everything there, let's do everything. Sometimes you get the result, sometimes you lose points, but I think if you look at the first half, you need to understand that We need to win the second half. It doesn't matter the result. If you score one, you need to score two, and then with a different margin in the game, you can play the ball with more quality.
Last question for Rich.
Ruben, Aiden Heaven had maybe a difficult game against West Ham with the yellow card. You took him off at half time. How proud are you of his performance tonight?
I'm really proud of everyone today. They did a very good job. I think Aiden has a great future. He's really hard to beat. He adapts really well in the center. We have Mata and Harry with problems. Of course, he needs more rhythm to play full 90 minutes. Sometimes he plays man v man in that position, and I think he did really well, and I really enjoyed to see him with the ball, and that was a very good point in his game.
You just mentioned there, didn't it? I know after West Ham you said you maybe hoped to have him for tonight. Is there any update on when he should be back?
I don't know. Sometimes you have an idea, but then you have to see day by day. So I'm not going to say that when he's going back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Evening.
Who wants to start?
Difficult. You can just get your sort of thoughts on the performance first of all.
Yeah, really difficult night. The energy that we created at half time, you know, the first, I don't know, I suppose that last 15 minutes or so before half time was really good, and we wanted to try and keep that momentum. Obviously, clearly we didn't. We got ourselves back in the game, in which were in difficult circumstances. We gifted them a goal. The energy was obviously always going to be tough then going behind in the manner that we did. And then we worked through it, and we were able to come on to a bit of actually a good performance for that short period of time before half time, drag ourselves back into the game. And the boys could feel it. They could feel it. And when I looked in their eyes and spoke to them at half time, they, you know, right, we've got to run with that now. We've got to go with that. And we were able to, the first few, start of the second half, we lost a few duels, a couple of turnovers. But look, ultimately, the big moments were the goals in the game, and the first three goals, for me, I think were gifts, you know, where we had the ball, turnovers, transitions, and got punished.
I think you'll understand that a big part of today has been the fans, you know, wanting to make their voice heard with protests, some of them not coming in for 15 minutes in that game as well, and a bit of the sort of interaction with players during the game. Could you get your thoughts on the idea of protesting, but also the impact it might have had on your side?
Look, I understand the frustration totally. I think, Max, you said it's been 6 months since we've last won, so I get it. So I'm not going to sit here and dress it up or anything like that at all. So I understand that side of it. And then, yeah, I think I'd love it if they supported the players, but again, I understand the frustration because of the situation, you know, that we're in. So, you know, the players are trying. You know, I can promise that, but there's clearly a lack of confidence and a lack of belief there. Then they're not able to show their best. You know, they're not able to show their best, and that becomes difficult. That does become difficult.
It seems to be difficult for Jürgen as well. You had a couple of words with him. Give us any insight into what...
I just said, look, stay positive and don't react now, because it will hurt him. It will hurt him. He's proud. He's one of the lads that was really speaking before the game. You know, in the huddle in the changing room, and he's really passionate and spoke really well. He's trying. You know, he's trying. And I thought, again, it wasn't that long ago, I thought against Aston Villa, he was brilliant. He really was. And yeah, it was a difficult night tonight. So I just told him to, you know, I said, look, it's difficult now, I know that, but keep your head down.
Just check on Bellegarde.
Yeah, I can't give you anything at the moment. Didn't look good, did it? But I haven't. To be honest, I'm really sorry. I haven't got any detail on that one at the moment. I hope he's okay. He was a positive, wasn't he, as well? You know.
Sorry, one more on Marshall as well, because he's not spoken since his...
Yeah, his calf. So it's weeks. it will be weeks. Don't know how many at the moment, but I think at the moment it's looking at least 6 weeks. I think. Thank you.
Rob, in your previous 3 games, I think the one positive has been that you've been harder to score against.
Yeah.
Can you put your finger on why you kind of took a step back
Well,
in that regard?
Yeah, I think, well, the first one was obviously clear sort of error. The second one, again, was when JJ got injured, so it was a really good moment for us on the attack, and then we lose it, that fast transition. We got things wrong, we didn't track the run of Dallo, we didn't get the... we just didn't get our organisation right in that fast transition, that moment for the second goal. I'd have to look back at positioning of everyone and Sam as well, because it didn't, the whole sort of unit then didn't look that cohesive. And then the third one, again, I think we won it, lost it about 5 times in the middle of the pitch. I think Agba thought the ref had blown the whistle because he sort of stopped when we won the ball back at one point, when there was a bit of a scramble almost in front of the dugout area where I was. And we gave it back about 3 times in that moment, and we looked like we got ourselves organised again. And it's far too easy for the cross and Mount to run between the space in that moment. So really easy, poor goals and avoidable goals, those first 3.
You went around the ground at the end. It looked from where we were, it looked like you got a bit of a mixed reaction as well from the fans. Was that accurate? And
I don't know. I think.
What did you make of it?
Well, no, I just applaud the fans and obviously showed my appreciation. I know how difficult it is for them at the moment. So, although I said I'll always do that. It's been a long time since the club was won. So again, if I was a supporter at the moment, I'd be feeling very frustrated as well.
Yeah, are you concerned when you see Molineux like that, though, that there's maybe 23 games to go, could be 6 months like that if the performances don't improve?
I don't know, Adam. I hope not. And we've got to try and improve. And we've got to try and find that belief. But I understand it's a really difficult moment at the moment at this present time. Right now, when emotions are high, I've got to come out and try and almost be bullish, but at the same time, I'm hurting as well because it was a difficult night and stood there. Then when you're sort of 3-1 down, there's a decent amount of the game to go. You're sort of thinking, right, we want to try and show something to get back in the game here, but we want to get opened up even more because United's strength is obviously that counter attack and the speed of how quickly they can go and hurt you, which they showed a few times. So tough night. I'm only thinking about that right now, not the next 6 months.
Just to follow up what Steve said as well, you mentioned the players, you were asking whether they were scared against Forest. It didn't seem like that tonight, but they seemed really open and chaotic. I was just wondering if that was, you said it was just mistakes, was it a product of you trying to play more?
We wanted to be more aggressive. We feel that, we wanted to show that side of ourselves. With United's shape, it felt like it could be a little bit more of a man-for-man game where we could try and be more aggressive. And I feel like the last 15 minutes was how I wanted the game to look. I felt that we pressed them well, they gave it us back, and we were able to take more of the ball, and we created some chances. But then it was too open on the turnover for a couple of moments. But that wasn't anything actually to do. I've watched them back a few times there, goals 2 and 3, or 1, 2 and 3. That was nothing really to do with being more open. That was just poor play, and we're actually poor in the running and decision making on the transitions. Then once the game got like that, then I feel like there was a little bit of hesitancy in the lads. Whether do I go, do I not? And then there was a few moments there where United could smell blood, and then they could start finding some spaces, and it would look more disorganised than it probably should have done. But I think that was because of the state of the game. I'll repeat myself. I think the first 3 goals we've gifted, and that's then led to probably it looking more disorganised than it should.
Rob, how important is it that you get to the January window with a chance of doing some business? Because obviously, if you're really adrift, it's probably less likely. It
could be difficult, but we'll still need to do stuff. So we'll see what situation we're in. We've got some really difficult games coming up as well. So my focus just has to be back onto that as well. If we could pick up some points and get ourselves, a couple of games away, then that might give us a little bit of hope with what we could do. But we need to do some work either way.
Great. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.